Hey, everybody, welcome back. This is Paranormal Watchtower. We are on episode 15, and boy, do we have a gift, a special gift for you guys tonight. We are bringing in our very first guest. And before I get to who it is, I'd like to, first of all, welcome Ray. Hi, Ray. How you doing, buddy?
I'm good, man. How you doing?
Good. Are you excited about tonight?
It's going to be interesting.
I think so. I think we've got something lined up that people are really going to love. And I know I'm excited about it. I'm excited about it. Um, we have those of you who are listening and watching. We have a very interesting guest. Now, have you guys ever thought, as a Christian, a lot of times in most of my life, I've actually been scared of Satanists, and they've been kind of I think the church installed that in my brain. You can't associate with Satanists, and they're all worship the devil, and you need to stay away or you're going to go to hell. And just a few years ago, probably 3 years ago now or so, maybe a little more, I ran into a guy who changed all of that, changed my whole opinion on Satanism, and made me realize that just because a person is a Satanist doesn't mean that they're an evil person. They can still be a pretty cool, nice guy, and even a good friend. So, without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, we have a member of the Church of Satan since 1993 joining us tonight. He is part of the organization's hierarchy. Please join me in welcoming our friend, Mr. Father V.
Father V.
Welcome in, buddy. How you doing?
Good evening, gentlemen. Good evening, B. How are you doing, Ray? Good evening.
I'm doing
Guest
good.
number
I guess number one. We are happy
All
to
right.
have you.
Ooh,
Yes.
number one. That's a prime number too. Good to go.
It is. So thanks for joining us tonight. I know it was kind of short notice, but we managed to put it all together. And well, just thanks for coming. Thanks for being here.
Oh, you're welcome. Thank you for having me.
So I do have some questions to start off with, and I know people might be people who have never watched us before. If this is your first episode, I apologize. Don't be scared of this guy. I know he looks intimidating, but trust me, he's a good guy. He's a good guy. Known him for a long time. So, just a couple of random questions that we may already know, but those of us who have never seen or watched any of your TikTok lives. Now you're live on TikTok, and you are also live on Twitch, right? Where else? Where else? What else do you? Where else do you go live for your what do you call it? Do you call it for your entertainment? You call it for your education? What do you like to refer to it as when you go live?
Entertainment. Entertainment and somewhat educational. If someone has a few questions, I'll answer it. But I don't go too much into it. I'll just point them in the direction where they can find the answers.
Right.
But I'm live on I go on Twitch, YouTube, Clapper, TikTok, and Instagram.
The Clapper, of course.
The one where you can use foul language.
It's one of my favorite new places to visit, simply because you can say things that you can't say on the old Tiki Taki.
There you go.
Wild West over there.
Oh, yeah.
The Wild West.
And I know about suspensions.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you do look scary to the average person. You know what I mean?
Oh, I'm a sweetheart of a guy.
and you kind of are, but I don't want to go into too much of that. I don't want to ruin your rep.
Oh.
But so some of the basic questions, like, so those of you who don't know, and I'll make a very short. V tells this story all the time, but I want to say this just so you guys know how we met. I was cruising through TikTok lives probably roughly 3 years ago. Would you say?
Yeah, it was probably about March, April 2021.
Yep. And I was scrolling through it, and when you're kind of new to TikTok, they put up all sorts of videos for you to look at to see what you like. So I came across his live, and he was looking like he looks pretty much, except at the time he just used a mask. He didn't do all the face paint. but he was talking briefly about Satanism and whatever, and he was a little bit more educational guided back then. But he did. I heard him. I was gonna just about to scroll through when I heard him say Satanists don't believe in Satan, and I was like, "What? What in the hell? That just doesn't sound right." And then I had questions like, "Well, then why do you call it Satanism?" And et cetera, et cetera. And that sparked a whole conversation. And I hung out. And now 3 years later, we're friends, and he's got a whole clique, and I know all of them, and it's a pretty fun time. So if you don't know who he is, and if you are curious about it, you want a mild way to learn stuff, V is a very good way to do it. So with
Appreciate
that
that.
being said, Ray, I didn't know if you have any questions for him before I get started. I've got a few handpicked questions otherwise.
Man, I'll go ahead and let you get started. You seem pretty excited.
Yeah, I am. So I'm excited to have a first guest too. So, So just a
Yeah, there we
quick
go.
touch on a couple basic things. First of all, I know there's a lot of confusion between uh, Satanism and devil worship. I know that's kind of a thing, and most people, like me, thought they were the same thing. Um,
Mhm.
Father V, what would you say is the prime difference between Satanism and devil worship?
Well, Satanism is a philosophy with religious aspects to it, whereas in devil worship, they're actually worshiping an entity. They worship, like, you're a Christian, so they worship the enemy of your God. Whereas
Okay,
in Satanism, we don't believe in God, we don't believe in the devil, demons, angels, nothing like that. So,
that's
so
interesting.
the thing with Satanism is it's Satanism. It's not Satan worship. So that's where, but people, unfortunately, the media, Hollywood, music, movies, they all like to use the word Satanism and they just throw it all into a bag. And if it has anything with horns and a tail, it's got to be Satanism, which it is not.
Right, right. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Uh,
I've always
so
kind of just looked at it like you just call it the Church of Satan, just kind of as a ha-ha to all the religions in the world, mainly
Well,
Christianity, it seems. But I think it's kind of like I don't want to say a slap in the face because that's the wrong word to use. But is that why they call it the Church of Satan, just to kind of throw it in the face of all the religious organizations out there?
well, you take the word Satan, and the way it's thought of is that out of all of history's characters, out of all the mythological creatures, Satan just happens to be the best mascot out there.
hmm,
Whereas in, certain deities and stuff like that champion on discipline, we like things like pride and lust and envy and greed because we think they all lead to mental, physical, and emotional gratification. So we don't suppress what we think we should be doing.
hmm, hmm.
So you're free.
You're free, but there's also law and order. You need to follow law and order. That's a big thing.
So it's not a chaotic type organization.
Not in the least. Not in
Yes,
the least. Never have you ever found, I haven't, and I've been around for a long time, never have you found a crime scene or anything, and that individual has a Church of Satan membership card in his wallet or on his desk or under his pillow. Not once.
hmm.
I did not know that.
That kind of goes along with the whole paranormal field as well. You get everybody's all clumped together in a big group, which I definitely don't believe that to be the case. But so you're so so you don't believe in Satan himself as a person or an entity or a god. You believe
Yeah.
that it's just a theory, basically, of not being tied down to, say, Christianity.
Right. And he's also
Okay.
kept your church in business all these years.
Yeah, yeah. Um, so if I were to ask you who your God is, what would you say?
Myself.
Yourself.
Yes. We like some of us like to use the word what we call we're atheists, right?
Yeah.
All Satanists are atheists, but not all atheists are Satanists. So some of us like to call ourselves atheists because we believe that we are our own gods. We determine what's going to happen. Every decision we make is what we decide, and whatever the outcome is, that's it. So we don't live by deity rules and stuff like that. We do things ourselves. We don't use words like hope and prayer, because if we think that if you sit around and hope and pray for something, that's stopping you from actually going out and getting things done. So in a sense, we consider ourselves gods, but we're not immortal. Yes, I can die. I can't fly.
That's such a bummer, isn't it?
A little bit, right? I kind of want to fly.
Well, I mean, you got your helicopter and all of that. So
here we go.
we kid Father V about being super rich. I mean, he most likely is, but we're kind of kidding.
I'm struggling over here. Stop.
I understand. So I had a good question for you, and I kind of lost it, but had to do with something you said, and about being your own God. Damn it, it was interesting. I shouldn't have said anything, but anyhow, moving on. So some major misconceptions about Satanism is that you you sacrifice people and you drink blood and you bathe in it and all of that crazy.
That's devil worship.
Keeps you young. I heard keeps you young.
It keeps you young. Yeah, good for the skin, I've been told.
Yeah, Bathory said that.
Oh,
Elizabeth Bathory.
She's the reason, isn't she? What
the first female serial killer?
Yeah, isn't she what why the bathroom is called a bathroom? Because of her? Because of her last name. Because she used to bathe in the blood in her bathtub.
Yeah, she believed, yeah.
And that's why they call the bathroom the bathroom. It has nothing to do with us having a bath in the room. I just learned that. Fun fact I just thought I'd throw in.
Fun fact, I never heard that one either. Interesting. Okay.
But that's why. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
I believe if my memory is serving me correctly, that is why the bathroom is called a bathroom.
Oh man. Okay. Wow. Well, you learn something new every day.
How about that? From a Christian.
Let me ask you this from a Christian. Do you guys have any rituals and stuff? Like, do you meet on a certain day of the month?
No, we have rituals. It's called without getting too much into it, we have a thing. It's called greater magic. And we have three main rituals: compassion, destruction, and lust. And you could do that in a group setting, but it's better off by yourself, because they could be so emotionally charged that, when you're venting and stuff like that, you really don't want eyes on you, maybe, or, people hearing what you're saying. So yeah, but sometimes they're done in group settings, but for the most part, greater magic is done by the sole operator.
Well, that's very interesting.
Do you do any community outreach stuff?
Do we do community outreach?
Yeah, do you soup kitchens or anything like that? No.
Would you eat out of a bowl if I fed it to you?
I mean, it depends on what kind of soup it was.
Well, I've seen you cook, and you seem to be pretty proud of your cooking. So, I yeah, might be. I might try some of it. So, so how long? So you've been in the Church of Satan since what? 93, right?
Yeah, long time. That's over 30 years. 31 years.
Yeah.
Damn.
So does your hierarchy, as you put it, does it go by time, or there more things that you have to do to earn your stripes, so to speak.
Well, it's really not earning your stripes. It's called a merit, not inherit. So it doesn't matter how long you've been there. It's how you apply Satanism to your everyday life or to your life in general. And if you're interested, without getting too much into it, if you're interested, then you submit things to the administration of what you've done, and they could look it over like, oh, okay, yeah, this is a good candidate right here. Let's bump them up.
And there is something interesting that I've noticed about you is I've never once heard you push someone to become a Satanist. Like you've never said, hey, come on over to this side and we'll, grant you 3 wishes type of thing. You've never said
No.
anything like that. It's always been, hey, if you're interested, just go find it, whatever, or come to me and ask me. I'm not going to push you into it type of deal. Is that common practice? Or
That's 100. That is 100%. The Church of Satan does not recruit, solicit, or prophesize in any way, shape, or form. And children, minors, no. This is a religion for adults. This isn't something for kids to witness. This isn't something for kids to be playing or toying around with. So no,
Okay.
Children are not allowed, unlike other organizations. But we're not going to talk about that.
Gotcha. And I know there's Satanist friends of yours that are gonna be watching this right now, and that's great. I welcome them in. I've learned something in the last few years from watching you that not be afraid of Satanists. That doesn't have anything to do with their personality or what kind of person they are. And you're not. Well, I don't want to say you're not scary because fucking look at you, but you know, personality wise, they're not scary.
But just remember, if someone addresses themselves as a Satanist and they're not a member of the Church of Satan, nor do they follow the philosophies of Anton LaVey, that's not a Satanist. That's well, unfortunately, I think the same thing in the paranormal world. If I'm correct, we have our pseudos, we have our wannabes, our fakes.
Right.
They just like to use the name to be, oh, look at, I'm a Satanist. Well, no, actually, you're not. But so you have to make sure that if somebody wants to say that they're a Satanist, just plug them with some questions and stuff like that. And number one, are you a member of the Church of Satan? No. Do you follow Dr. LaVey's philosophy? Well, no, not really. Okay, you're done. Okay, you're a devil worshiper. Have a nice day.
Yeah, and I know I've heard a little bit about some of the run-ins that you've had with such people, and to be honest, I find it very entertaining. It's fun to watch you go after them. It really is.
Yeah, nothing wrong with a little head hunting.
Right. And a lot of that, like you mentioned, it's a lot like that in the paranormal. It absolutely is. You've got everything from, people that are on their first day walking through a cemetery to people that have been doing it for 30 years and have, every technique down to pat, people that only do public investigations, and then people that do privates, and some that do both, but yet everybody's a paranormal investigator, you know what I mean? Or everybody calls themselves a paranormal investigator, which, there ought to be, in my opinion, there ought to be some sort of
and out of
to that name,
and out of respect for your community, even though I've dabbled with the paranormal, I've never considered myself a paranormal investigator. Never. I mean, even you have some of your friends will be like, "Oh yeah, you investigated." No, I didn't investigate. I dabbled.
Right.
We consider you an investigator.
Yeah, I kind of do too.
You have more equipment than I've got.
Well, that's because I have more money than you.
That's very true.
No, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. No, I'm kidding.
Facts. Speaking facts right now. That's what it boils down to.
Stop it.
That's all right. Hey,
I'm just trying to get into Will still.
Right? Same here. Hey, if I had it, I would flaunt it too.
Let me ask you a question. And I don't know,
ahead,
maybe you can't answer this or don't want to, but how did you become a member of the Church of Satan? Did you just one day walking down the street saw a building, or?
No. Well, okay. It's an interesting story. I'll tell you. Okay. So in 1986, I was 14 years old. I was at the public library. I was looking for a math book because I was in geometry at the time. And so I'm just bored. So I'm looking around, and what do I find? I find the Satanic Bible written by Anton LaVey. And at that time, I'm 14. I'm into Slayer. I love horror. I still haven't changed. I'm still the same as I was when I was 14. So I was like, ooh, the Satanic Bible. Let me see that. I started to read it, and I read it from cover to cover. I put it down, and it was like the book was written about me. I was like, this makes sense. So I started studying. I started, reading more, purchasing more books. Found out, the Church of Satan, you had to be 18 years or older to join. So I didn't want to, when I turned 18, I didn't want to join because I wanted to learn more first. So I would say about mid 93, that's when I sent in my application to become a member. And then a few years later, I sent in my active membership.
So I don't know if you can answer this question or not. What would you say your religion was prior to 1993?
Oh, well, I don't know how to. Well, you know what? I would say, well, okay. Well, I was raised Roman Catholic. My parents are Roman Catholic. The whole family, my whole family's Roman Catholic. So, I was raised in that and stuff like that. So, but when I hit like 12 or 13, it just, to me, and, take no offense to this, it just didn't make sense to me. Somebody up in the sky watching everything I'm doing. I'm like, this just doesn't seem right. So I just brushed it off and whatever. And then when I found the Satanic Bible, I was like, oh, this guy just answered every one of my questions. My God. Oh, shit. So there we go.
My God.
I do. I do. No. See, and just to let your viewers know, yes, as a Satanist, I talk like a human being. I say, oh, for Christ's sakes. Oh, Christ almighty. My God. I don't walk around and say, oh, for the sweet love of Lucifer. No, that's, oh, I'm sorry.
Oh. Yeah, you can say that here. That's fine. That's fine.
Thinking I'm on TikTok. All right.
Right.
I was waiting for that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was raised Roman Catholic, and to be honest with you, I still am fascinated by their rituals and stuff like that. I find them intriguing. Just the whole ceremony that they do is, I don't believe in what they're practicing, but just the whole ritual in it, how they just get involved and how it starts from point A and you end up at point Z with the whole ritual thing.
Right. You mentioned earlier that the Church of Satan doesn't recruit children.
No.
And
we don't recruit anybody.
Okay. But I know that you have children, right?
I do.
So how does that play into, like, do they know anything about Satanism, or how does that work?
No, they're too young. They're 4 and 8.
Okay. So well, tell me a little bit about that. Like what?
Well, as far as they know, whenever they accidentally walk in, as I'm getting ready to go live, they just say, "Oh, Daddy's being a scary monster again." So it's all good. And then when I have the ears and the nose, right, they think I'm a Norwegian troll, which is fine. I'm fine with that. I don't explain religion to them. I mean, even my wife. Now, get ready for this. My wife, she believes in the stuff you believe in. She champions for the man upstairs. But we don't push religion on our kids. She doesn't push it, and neither do I.
They'll do Santa Claus and stuff for the kids.
Yeah, the Santa Claus, Easter Bunny, yeah, they get all that, of course. And just remember, you know why we do Santa Claus? Santa Claus is an anagram for Satan. And think about this. They both wear red. No more. They both wear red. They both live in extreme temperatures. And you know what the best part is? They both give you what you want.
But does Satan have Rudolph?
Right. Well, he's got his devil dogs or whatever, hellhounds.
Oh, the hellhounds.
The hellhounds, yeah. Well, well, see, what do you give Santa for exchange, like instead of your soul?
I don't believe in a soul. We
Being
don't
good
Oh,
believe in
is
that's
what you
souls.
give Santa.
oh, that's that. You don't believe in souls.
No.
That's a hard one to. So you think so? Do you think your personality is built off of your life's experiences?
Yes, 100%.
So you think that if twins are born and they go through the same, that doesn't even have to really be twins, just two people born at the same time go through the
Hmm.
exact same experiences for the first couple of years of their life, that they're going to be the same person?
Yeah, maybe not. Maybe
Jesus
not.
Christ, Brandon, where did that come from? That's the
I know.
most intelligent question I think you've ever asked on this podcast.
Really?
Yeah, that blew my mind. That's a good question.
That's good. Yeah. Unfortunately, I'm not a psychologist, so I can't really, right? And I'm not into
Hmm.
pediatrics, so I can't really answer that question. I know there's weird things that happen with twins because my dad's actually a twin. They don't look the same, but they're called what the hell's he called? A fraternal twin or something like that. They're both
Right.
they're both born on the same day, but they look completely different. Like my dad's
Sure.
like 6'3", but then my uncle was like, I think he was like 5'5", 5'6".
Yeah.
But yeah,
Oh,
they always had weird things, like they knew what was going on with each other. I think that's kind of fascinating. That's a little
That's a great
paranormal-ish.
question, 'cause I live next door to identical twins, and like they acted nothing alike. They could if they wanted to, just to screw with you, you know.
hmm,
But I mean,
Yeah.
they had their own personalities, and I'm assuming they lived pretty much the same experiences growing up.
huh. Yeah. Well,
Hmm.
it was just something I was curious about. Um, would you say that more people are supportive of your lifestyle, people that you know, or do they kind of frown on it?
I would say, you know what? That's a good question. I would say frowned upon. No, I wouldn't even go that way. I would say they're mostly in a neutral stance. Especially because you have to realize most of my friends are Christians and Catholics, right?
Hmm, hmm.
So once they realize, and I explain to them what Satanism is, they're just like, oh, okay. They're like, oh, I'm like, yeah, I'm not your reverse opposite, right?
Right.
I'm not Christianity in reverse.
Right.
Um, and they're like, oh, okay. So it's kind of a neutral thing, but they always fear that dreaded S word. You hear the word Satanism, and you automatically think of a guy with the goat helmet on, oh, stabbing virgins, ripping out organs. Yeah, but
Right.
no, that's
Well, and I totally get that because that's how I felt before I met you. I
oh
totally
yeah,
felt that way because I was raised Catholic, like, and they drill that into you that
oh yeah,
Satan is the bad guy. So anytime you hear, like, so when I started hearing about Satanism, that just I was like, oh, that's taboo. You can't even you know associate yourself with that type of thing, or you're
exactly.
going to hell.
Yeah,
Um, so well,
you're going
that's
you're
that's
you're going you're going to a place of fiery torment where you're going to be gnashing at the teeth and the ripping of the flesh, and God's going to send you there. But you know what? He loves you.
now I and this is something. This is coming from me. Like this is something I thought of, and I had also recently heard something like it. So it's without beating around the bush. I was told, or that there's a theory that hell isn't even Satan's idea. Like Satan has nothing to do with hell. Like
No,
and
man, me and you talked
like
about
No,
that's
it was created by
like it's almost like we created hell because we feel like we need to be punished type of thing. Like it's our space. Like and it was just a
well,
weird.
according to your teachings, it was created by your Jehovah.
yeah, it's a place of punishment even
Hmm,
for Satan. Like It's not his kingdom to go hang out in.
And let's ease up on that a little bit.
So for those
Kidding.
for everybody that's watching, and I'm sure they're wondering, um, tell us a little bit about why you dress the way you dress.
Oh,
Tell us a
interesting.
little bit
Okay.
about that. Like I know there's a couple reasons, and I think I know the answers, but there's a lot of new people that are going to be watching this that have no idea. So, if you want to jump into that
Well,
a little bit.
yeah, to answer that, as a child, as a child and as a teenager, I was fascinated with Kiss, right? I was fascinated with Kiss, King Diamond, the Unknown Comic, if you know who that is. For your younger audience, I'm 52. Believe it or not, I'm 52. The Unknown Comic was the guy. He used to put a brown bag on his head. He had eyes and a mouth, and he would go on the Gong Show and tell jokes. I was like, who the fuck is this guy? King Diamond. Who is this guy? Kiss. Who is this guy? So that's where I get this from, the aesthetics with the face paint and stuff like that. But then also is because I also like, there's a music genre called black metal, and what they do is they put on face paint, but they call it corpse paint. So because you're supposed to, they try to look like somebody that's been dead for a while. But yeah, that's basically. I mean, I used to have a mask, and unfortunately, I had to switch because I got a lung infection, and I couldn't even go live because the mask, and because I couldn't breathe. And finally, I did the face paint thing one time, and one of the guys that hangs out in the live, after I got all healed up, I'm like, hey, should I keep on the face paint or put on the mask? And then everybody's like, no, keep it off so we can see your facial expressions. I'm like, all right, then. So here we are today.
Well,
but I usually have ears and fangs too. But I'm a little more conservative for you, B.
So you got a lung infection. You get lung infections from that. Well, don't worry. I'll pray for you. Hopefully that'll help.
Okay, and I'll think for you.
You gonna sing for me?
No, think.
Oh, you'll think. Oh.
You pray for me, I'll think about you.
All right, sounds good. It's a deal. Yeah, you say that now.
Stop, dude.
Hey, you started it.
I know. All right. Tapering down.
Oh, what else we got for you here? Let's see.
I got a question.
Go for it.
Go, Ray.
You don't believe in the soul, afterlife, none of that stuff.
No.
But you have been messing with the spirit box for a while now and watching other people. Like, what are your actual thoughts on what's going on?
Okay. I'm glad you brought that up. Okay. Here's my answer. Okay. I find the paranormal very interesting. I don't think it has anything to do with the supernatural. I don't think it's angels and demons and gods or Christ coming through the spirit box or whatever. I've always been interested in the paranormal, but I remember I saw a video, and you know what? I wish, God damn it, I wish I could remember who did this video, but it always trips me out. It was a video where these paranormal investigators were filming. They were in like an abandoned loony nut house, and you can tell when someone's scared, right? Their voice crackles a little bit. They have a slight stutter. So they were filming, and they were down a hallway, and it looked like a shape of, it looked like a nurse from the 1950s. I mean, just from her outfit. And they're like freaking out, like, what is this? What is this? And she's standing against the wall. There's nothing there, but I assumed she was like playing with like medical instruments or something. And she's going through it, and she does this. And then she gets back, and then I started to think, I'm like, you know how interesting that is? I'm like, is they're looking at someone from 1950. Now, did they tap into another dimension where that lady is actually alive and she's turning around and looking back at them, wondering what the hell is that? I think it's and then when you have mathematics and physics and stuff like that involved with it, and you start bringing up string theory, in the multi dimensions, it's really interesting. I find there's other actual Satanists, real Satanists, that are into the paranormal. It's not a huge group,
Right.
small handful, but
So,
it's. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
no, yeah, no, it's very interesting. I wish I would have seen that video because it sounds like something I would totally get into watching. Um, but
I saw this maybe like 4 or 5 years ago.
I just have these flashbacks of Vegas with when you and I were standing by the Ghost Hunter store's booth, and you're sitting here buying up all this shit. And I'm laughing. I'm laughing. I'm like, dude, what? Like, you don't, but I'm like, he's spending several hundreds of dollars at the stable.
825.
825. And I was kind of awed. I'm like, damn, I don't even have that much money on me. And he's sitting here just buying all this shit. And I'm like, aren't you supposed to be a Satanist? What the hell are we doing here? Like, what are you?
So your thoughts on it, if I heard you right, is that maybe when you see apparitions, we're peering into another timeline, another universe, so to speak.
Oh, did I said that? Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Yep.
interesting.
Yeah, I think it's a possibility. I think it is. Now, I just don't want to get confused. I don't think, and no disrespect. I mean, I don't think when I die, I'm going to heaven, hell, or purgatory, or, I'm not going to be sitting on a cloud playing a harp or something like that. But with the paranormal, I don't know. I mean, some of the math checks out. It's kind of like, do anybody know about physics, astrophysics, or anything?
I dabble.
Okay. So, let's just take a black hole, right? There's theories with what happens after the singularity. Now, the math checks out. The only thing is you just can't, nobody's can prove it. Not yet.
Jumping in.
I know, well, you'd be spaghettified, but the math
thinking.
checks out. So it's kind of like the paranormal. I mean, the math and stuff like that checks out, but, I just haven't had the experience, like you've had, or Brandon's had, or, some of the other people that I respect have.
Well, have you tried to go out and get that experience?
Yeah, you see me in here, sometimes I rig up everything. And
in your house? I mean, have you tried to go to a haunted location?
He went to a cemetery. I remember that. Went to a cemetery.
I think what's her face jumped in on that one. I can't remember her name. What's his Spooky Communications wife? Amy.
Amy.
Paranormal Amy. Yep.
She jumped in on that. Yeah, I remember that. But nothing really interesting happened.
But I remember specifically like watching a few of your TikTok lives where you were playing with, Necrophonic and that ghost hunting app. And those of you who don't know what that is. And, there was and you had the spirit box out because he's got that too. He's got an SP11. And there were, and Kyle was there too. And there was some stuff coming through. And I don't know if it's just because you're so goddamn stubborn that you refuse to acknowledge it or what, but there was stuff coming through that was pretty damn intelligent. And
no, I'll give it to you. There's been some interesting things that I mean, I'm going to say interesting things as in like, oh, that's pretty cool. Not like oh shit, did you? Not that. I want the. It's oh gosh darn it. Give me a second.
You want to go?
Yeah, I want something to come out of the ghost box or whatever and say, Father V, how are you doing today? Can I hang out here? Sure, hang out, dude.
Right.
I think that's what we're all after.
I'm not asking for much. I'm not asking for much.
So when you come
Jesus
into
Christ.
the middle of the United States to go to a few haunted locations with us,
I'm down for that.
We got quite a few.
Oh yeah. I think Feathers. I think sometime this year. I don't know if it's fell through or not, but she asked me to go to oh god damn it, give me a second. I guess there's a hotel in Colorado where Stephen King wrote the book The Shining.
Oh,
and that's supposedly haunted.
The Stanley Hotel.
That's okay. So that's a real deal then. The Overlook Hotel is real.
It's huge.
Yeah,
Like,
it's
there's a lot of paranormal people that go there.
a lot of people
okay.
investigate there. Yeah. Oh yeah, lots of them. Well, now the other thing, what do you think about this? I know you remember because when we were in Vegas, we went to uh Zach Bagans Haunted Museum,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
and we paid a little extra to get the RIP tickets,
Yeah.
and we got to go down in the basement. You remember that?
Oh yeah. Yeah. Right at the beginning, and you told me,
And then no, I didn't say.
No, remember the chick started talking about the Church of Satan. I was like, I need to interrupt.
Oh
You're like,
yeah,
no.
And I told you, I'm like, just let it go, Don't correct her. Just let it go. It's part of her job. It's her spiel. Just And then
like,
when we went
negative.
downstairs, the the goddamn spirit box that he's got talking down there. There's what a big pentacle or whatever the hell you call it. I don't know, on the floor.
Pentagram. There you go.
Pentagram on the floor. Anyway, and the music or the spirit box is going, and you and it said, "Hey, Father," when you walked into that room through the box. You remember that?
Vaguely.
Yeah.
It wasn't enough. That wasn't it. Like, he's one. Like, when I'm on an investigation, I'm like, pick me up and throw me out the window. Like, I want to see something like that to let me know
Right?
if there's actually some supernatural shit going on.
Yeah, but you say that, and then when we were at Farrar and you got pushed down the stairs or tried to get, you didn't like that.
No, I didn't appreciate that at all, but it was still cool to have happen to me.
Yeah.
But I was so excited about showing up and meeting you guys that if you watch the video, it didn't even really faze me. I'm just like, I got pushed. All right, now let's go check out the rest of the building.
Let's go see what Brandon's doing. Let's see who.
Why can't I get pushed?
That's when I dressed up as Father B.
Yep.
Oh, that was it.
I got video of it.
Yep.
I still got that one. Yeah. What do you think? This is a costume?
Yep.
Oh yeah.
I thought I did a great job because people were in the live were asking if V was. I didn't know V was there.
I know. I had what did you use right here? Fucking shit paper or toilet paper?
I think it was a napkin or something that we put together. I don't know if Ray handed it to me or somebody.
That wasn't me, but it was.
Oh, that's right. I walked in on your live. As
yeah,
Father B. That's right.
It was probably old Shorty Jen. Extreme.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, it was probably Jen. Tucked it on my collar. It worked out pretty well. I thought it was great. So
that was great.
So V, if you had one thing to say to people that are scared of the whole Satanism thing and even the word Satanism, what would you like to say to those people?
Go educate yourself. It's not what you think it is. It's not devil worship. It's not anything you've been told. It's not what you see. It's not what you see on the media with certain other organizations. That's not Satanism. That's cosplay devil worship. Just educate yourself.
Yeah, you heard it here, folks.
Go to www.churchofsatan.com and start reading.
Be over 18 before you ask, though.
100%.
So, V, do you have any outstanding questions? I know you've asked me hundreds of questions over the years, but do you have anything on your mind right now that you'd like to ask maybe myself or Ray since he's here?
I am kind of curious. Since we're touching on religion and the paranormal, I am curious. Just out of curiosity, both you guys being Christians, but your Bible says the dead do not speak.
Yeah, I've said it a million times. I don't believe ghosts are dead people.
What do you think? You think they're demons or angels or something?
I think that I believe in what's called the stone tape theory, which is because of an event or radiation or something, like an emotion or an event gets almost recorded into the surrounding energy and then just plays back like a record. And we take that as a ghost. Yeah, it's called
What do you call
stone
that? What is it? What is that called again?
Residual energy.
stone tape theory.
I'm gonna write that down. I want to read up on that.
Yeah,
Where's
it's
my fucking pen?
kind of the way I go.
Oh,
Now,
that's kind of interesting.
and I'm on the other side. I believe that it is actually spirits of humans and whatnot. Um, I definitely believe that there are spirits out there that talk to us, whether we're being fooled and thinking they're spirits and they're actually some sort of demonic entity. I think that might happen as well. But it's nice that we have all these different beliefs and we can still come together and have a conversation like
Oh
you
yeah,
know
100%. Yeah, it's
and
great.
and be men about it and not be childish and no I'm right, that type of thing.
Yeah, well, in
It's
the end, we're all just looking for answers to weird shit.
and we're just
It just
looking in a
interests us.
we can't all be right, you know what I mean, but somebody
I'm right all the
probably
time.
is.
Yeah, that would be me.
I'll ask Katie about that next time I talk to her.
Hey, you know my last name.
Hey, you know what? I did have one question for you. Without mentioning names or stuff like that, how do you feel about, because I saw this and I don't know if I asked you this or not. How do you feel about these people that tinker with the dead or whatever, with the paranormal? Kind of like when that guy from Friends died, Matthew Perry, and then everybody's putting up videos and you can hear him in the background.
It's fucking
Thoughts on
disgusting.
that, or is that something you don't want to talk about? I'm just curious.
No, we can definitely talk about it. I think it's a fucking disgrace.
Yeah, we've brought this up on our podcast before. It's disgusting to do that.
I think
Okay.
it is in very poor taste to do stuff like that. I mean, years later,
do you
years down
think
the road, maybe.
Do you think it's real, or do you think people are just doing that for attention and clout and all that other stuff?
Yeah,
Well, yeah,
money and views.
Yep.
Okay.
That's
Got it.
absolutely.
Okay.
I think they just need to give the family time to mourn, and do that before they start trying to make a mockery of the paranormal field and trying to, how do I put it, use it in a monetary way. And
Right.
Okay.
and
Yeah.
I get it. People are desperate and they need money and they see that as a way out. But I mean, to me, I would rather not have any money and also not be one that just, it's like pissing on somebody's grave by doing that. That's how I feel the same way.
Okay. All right. No, that's good to go.
I would rather just be respectful and do what I think is right.
Yeah.
So, but that being said, I don't know if Ray has anything else he wants to add, but I think this was a great episode.
Are you going to give?
I think it was great, dude. That's time for another plug. It's time for another plug. Ready for this plug?
Right.
The Church of Satan is the only organization that actually pays taxes. We're not tax exempt. We pay taxes every year.
You need to be smarter about that. File as a religion.
Negative.
Yeah.
I was
going to say the Kanye game.
No, I didn't. Well, I could. I definitely could. I have.
I bet
that
everybody wants to see that.
So we play a game here, Brother V. I don't know if you've seen the last couple episodes of the podcast, but what we do is we play a game, and I call it "Who Said It." Very original. Oh, do you remember? So what we do is I say a quote, and you need to guess who said it. And your choices are Zach Bagans, Kanye West, or Donald Trump. Would you like to play?
Yeah, go for it. Let's try it.
Let's see if he does better than me.
I don't know much about Kanye West. Is that black dude that walks around in KKK uniforms?
That might be. He's weird.
I think it might be. Yeah, I think it might be. So
he's a rapper.
Bear with me for a second here because I wasn't prepared to play the game tonight.
Oh, come on.
Was I allowed to say that? Okay.
I think so.
I keep thinking we're on TikTok because I see B's face. Zach Baggins, Kanye West, or Donald Trump? Jeez. All right.
It's not as easy as you think either.
Let's start with this one. We're all fighting battles. but I love fighting these battles. Zach Bagans, Kanye West, Donald Trump. We're all fighting battles. I love fighting these battles.
I'll say Donnie said that.
I went with Kanye.
Oh, it was Donald Trump.
He's already better at this game than
I am. Right? Let's see.
Who's the better president?
Nothing in life is promised except death.
Zach Bagans.
I'll go Baggins too.
Kanye West.
Oh my God.
Oh, really? Oh, shit.
Yeah.
I'm 0 for 2.
Damn it.
Let's see. Well, I got.
I'm 1-1. I feel like I'm at the beginning of a Raiders season.
Right?
It doesn't get better
Okay.
from there.
All right. I know I got angels watching me from the other side. I know I got angels watching me from the other side. Zach Bagans, Kanye West, Donald Trump.
Yeah. I don't know. Baggins. That sounds like something Donald would say.
I was going to go with Trump on that one.
Watch it be Baggins.
It's Kanye West.
Oh, shit.
Again.
Where did you find
I don't
these?
know that guy that much. I know he was like doing a whole bunch. Is that the same guy that was doing a whole bunch of anti-Semite stuff? He like put a black thing over his face, and is that him?
I don't know. I'm not sure. I didn't see that.
He's crazy, like just mentally unstable.
Okay, yeah, that's gonna be him. Okay, yeah, because what did he say? He wore a shirt one time. Yeah, I think it is him. He's a black guy, and he wore a shirt one time, but it was the Israeli Star of David, but the Star of David was in the shape of a swastika.
All right, I gotta do one.
I think that's him. Yeah, he was causing a lot of controversy, I think.
He still is.
Okay. Yeah, it's got to be the same dude, man. Oh, on a side note, who's Terrence Howard? Anybody know who he is?
Yeah,
No.
he's he played what was that show? It's like a rap show. He's like the dad in it or something. He's pretty smart though, like outside of TV. Like he's a
I saw him on Joe Rogan. He actually bombed that whole thing. Yeah, black holes aren't real, and like, dude, bro, you good?
He's got some patents on like VR and stuff. Like his brain is out there.
Oh damn.
He thinks on a whole different level.
All right, are you ready for the next one?
Shoot.
All right. I do have a little danger in me, a little thrill-seeking part. I do have a little danger in me, a little thrill-seeking part.
I'll say Baggins.
I'm gonna go Trump.
Come on, man.
Don't tell me
Zach Bagans. It's Zach Bagans. Ray is so.
Have I got?
I don't think you didn't get any on this one.
Oh.
Okay, all right.
Watch more TV or something.
Okay, here I'm gonna give you a quote. This quote is just for Ray. All right, are you ready? Well, it's for both of you, but it's for Ray.
I'll let Ray go first.
There you go.
Oh man, pressure.
Some people perceive Ghost Adventures to just be a ghost show on TV, but things are getting very serious, and we're making history in our findings.
I'm gonna go
Who
with Zach
said that?
Baggins on this one.
I'm gonna have to go with Baggins.
You're correct. It is Zach Baggins.
Where's my little thumbs up?
Oh
Wait,
yeah,
isn't that-
you gotta get a thumbs up.
Wait, isn't it? That's his show, isn't it? Isn't that him?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's why
Okay.
I made it.
He's
I made
being a
it super
smart
obvious.
Oh, hey, speaking of that, is that the Zach Baggins? Does he work with that one dude that you met in Vegas and you were all googly over?
Oh, stop.
Googly?
Don't even start with that. You're gonna
Dude, he was like
Ray's gonna
dude,
take that.
he was like a teenage chick, dude, meeting this dude. I'm like, hey, just let me step
Oh.
back.
Is he talking about Jason Hawes?
Fuck.
That's him. Yeah, that's him. Yeah, that's
God
his
damn
name.
it. All right, I think this was a great podcast, guys. See you next week.
I sent for Jason Hawes too. That's all right.
Oh God, he was the one guy that I was nervous to talk to.
No, but is he a Ghost Adventures guy or is he a different program?
No,
Totally
he's
different.
Ghost Hunters. He's in Ghost Hunters and Taps.
Okay.
So
He doesn't get
All right.
possessed every week like Zach Baggins does. It's like a
It's
fucking
not every
Scooby-Doo
week.
episode watching Zach Baggins.
Yeah, because that really happens.
Take us out, Brandon. Take us out.
all right. Final thoughts.
Hey, just remember, it's not possession. You're having a psychiatric episode.
Oh
Get help.
boy, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Thank you so much for coming to this podcast.
This was fun.
Yeah.
This was a great time.
This
That was
fucking
good.
guy. Welcome in, everybody. Thanks for coming. All the new people that are loyal followers of Father V, welcome in. Thanks for coming in. Make sure you check out Nebraska Paranormal on TikTok and YouTube. Also, Real Ghost Hunter 1, which is myself on TikTok and Instagram. All over the place. We're all over the place. So
And
just
he's
look
on
us
the
up.
clapper too.
And on Clapper, of course. Yes, come follow us on Clapper. We're gonna be moving over there if anything happens to the old Tiki Taki. So, but I had a lot of fun.
One more plug. One more plug.
Go ahead.
Hey,
One more plug.
just in case. I mean, if anybody's interested, I don't recruit or solicit, but if anybody's interested in watching me on TikTok, I go by the name Spengali Caligula.
I'll try to put that on the screen, but I don't know if I can spell that.
Yeah, I was gonna say good luck spelling that. I don't know what it means.
That's okay.
It sounds like something a priest would say during an exorcism. Am I wrong? All right, guys.
Yeah.
Thanks for joining us, Father V. Special thank you to you for coming and joining us for episode 15 on the Paranormal Watchtower. Don't forget, every Wednesday at 8 o'clock, we air a brand new episode. And we are all in the chat. Hopefully, Father V will join us this Wednesday at 8 o'clock, and he'll be in the chat as well to answer some of your questions, comments, and just weird things that you want to say. But I had a great time.
Marvelous time.
Thanks again. And we will see you next week. Bye, y'all. All right, a little too high.
Nah, hear that.
Episode 10.
Episode 10.
What are we calling it?
I don't know.
You want me to try an intro this time, since you
Sure.
didn't even air yours last
Didn't
time?
even air mine.
Record, and we can just. How did I know you're going to do that?
Yeah, they got to act right. Blackmail
All right.
material.
Yeah, shit.
Ah,
It'd be the least of my worries.
what is this, episode 11?
Holy shit, yeah, it is.
Flew past the 3.
Flew past that, yeah.
Yeah, we must be professionals now.
Or something. You know me, I can talk about anything.
All right.
Well, as long as I have somewhat of dangerous knowledge about it. Just enough to talk shit. He's saying that peripheral vision. I'm having a hard time with that word. Peripheral, whatever. You get it. I don't know what you all have to talk about, so
I just have a couple things. I'm hoping we make it.
Make it to an hour?
Yeah. Does that make sense?
No. They were
False
pretending to be
accusations.
witches. Oh, I look tan. Holy shit. It's just
I
burned,
told
though.
you, man. You're burnt like a motherfucker.
I didn't even take a shower.
Ooh, I'm glad it's
No.
not smell-o-vision.
No smell-o-vision. No, so it's a mixture of sunburn and dirt.
I just did that shit
Yeah.
by myself. That was ridiculously stupid.
Man, but back hurts. I know his back hurts because I made him bend over more than me because he's younger. Oh, fuck. Here we go. That's something I could talk about for a
That
while.
one is
And I'm not in a great mood tonight, so it might go south.
just
I'm
tired.
sore, cranky. Yeah.
Oh, don't be
And-
cranky.
Bam.
Damn.
You don't think it's gonna be fun?
It might be. I just don't know how many I'm gonna know that's right.
Oh,
Imagine it would be fun for everybody else but me. People like to laugh at me.
so episode 12,
Episode 12.
Paranormal Watchtower.
Can't
Watchtower,
bullshit a
episode
bullshitter,
12.
we'll call it.
That's what we're gonna call it.
Why not?
So you just want to start and just kind of wing it, see how it goes, or what?
Yeah, might as well. I think
All
it'd be all right. A massive F5.
Shit.
Oh, hold on.
Sorry, I got all little.
Oh, Jesus.
I laughed because I actually looked that up already.
So you
And
know.
you can't hear me, can you?
Yeah, I can hear you. You just can't hear me, can you?
Hello?
Hello?
Okay, we're back.
Welcome back.
Technical difficulties.
Hold on a second. I'm gonna have to wait. Hold on. I gotta put in the charger here. I thought this was gonna be 30 mics. Oh shit. What
Mics.
happened? Where you at? Uh-oh. Wait a second here. You shrunk way down. How do I? Oh, here we go.
Oh, this is great.
Hold on. Oh, there we go. All right.
No, Ray's gonna add that to outtakes.
Oh, shit. Oh, dude. Hey, you said no TikTok jokes here.
You don't have to yell. Well, I can hear you really good. So just talk in a normal voice and let's see what you sound like.
I'm not yelling though. I am talking in a normal voice. You want me to whisper?
Yeah, whisper sweet nothings in our ear, you sick All right.
Oh,
Oh, that's going on there too.
Gotta put my game show voice on for a second.
Did this
oh yeah,
come
yes,
after-
definitely. Without getting too much into it, I met her at a place where I've recently retired.
Hold on, I can't hear Brandon anymore.
Yeah, I was gonna say it sounded like he muted out.
This happens once a show.
That's okay.
He'll start throwing
Being-
shit. Yeah, right now he's standing up. He's off camera. I'll play by play for you. We haven't gotten thrown yet, so this is good.
Oh, we're still recording. Oh, you could clip this out though, right?
Oh yeah.
Oh, so what do you? So this is all gonna get done, and you do what? You do the editing, and then you upload it onto YouTube in a couple days.
Yeah, I usually try to have it
For
uploaded
Wednesday?
by Tuesday, so it's ready for Wednesday night.
Oh, okay. All right. Cool.
Yeah, Brendan don't do shit. He just shows up and does this part.
You know, has he wanted to have an auction yet?
Not yet. I'm waiting on it to happen though. I'm gonna tell him when the show gets 40% of the proceeds.
So anyway, I think that was great. So he'll potentially end it right there, but you never really know.
You never know.
That was cool.
Yeah, you're gonna go live.
Of course. What do you think I'm going to do all this and not go live? Come on. Oh, you can't do that on here.
Oh, I can, but I never
Oh.
know what he's gonna record and put on TikTok or whatever. So I do it off screen. Ray has all the power.
I have all the
Right,
power.
because I'll tell you what, God forbid Ray sends me a clip of you sticking something in your mouth. It's over.
Yeah, I fucking know. Yeah,
Oh man.
but I still got that video of you dancing to Raining Men, and I have not, and to this day I still have not put it up for the public. Oh, it's
You steal
fabulous.
those Glasses from my grandma?
No, these are mine, dude. Come on, ease
Oh
up.
Jesus.
Can you see Mars with those? Can you see Mars with those?
Oh shit, here we go, dude.
I see the
Junior
fucking
high joke?
storm on
Is that a
Mars.
junior high joke?